Welcome to Heroclix's The Gauntlet featuring the Fantastic Four. We're in round 2. I'm going to go ahead and put that graphic up so that way you know where we're at, what stage of the process of the Gauntlet we're at. And just to touch up on the map thing again really quick, that's something that I have implemented since the beginning, since I started creating this whole Gauntlet process. I just forgot to jot it down on the graphic that you're seeing. And I just wanted to talk about it really quick in that it isn't until round 3 that the teams actually get to choose their map instead of being assigned a random map in a random starting area. As I covered in the previous video towards the end, or in the middle of the video, big reason for that being is that I want to stress test these teams too to see what kind of pressure they can handle when they're playing outside of their environment. So the Fantastic Four team we have for you today is Black Panther, common from the set. The Thing, also common from the set, liking those stop clicks on those mock characters. Invisible Woman, who I have not yet done justice, but I know she has some potential there with that barrier special power that she has that allows her to generate markers and squares adjacent to friendly characters with a Fantastic Four keyword that were attacked since your last turn. So, since this team here is very dependent on Silver Surfer, I figured that this would actually be a good time for me to try to remember to use her special power. Seeing as how, that he's a big part of the team, so I have to kind of somewhat protect him. The Thing is just there to tie up, hopefully take advantage of that stop click. And Black Panther there is to kind of offset that Dawn Greenwood that Silver Surfer generates at the beginning of the game. Seeing as how she's not autonomous, so she has to, every time she takes an action, it does count against your available actions. And so, that's why I threw in Black Panther to add that 4th action in case they need to take it. And The Thing, like I said, tie up piece, and maybe he can benefit from someone getting KO'd like Invisible Woman and him healing back up and providing some more cover. This is, in this team that I wanted to look at as well, is actually a team that is making me consider. So if this team continues to do well in the Gauntlet and I see that it's making the final rounds, it is a team that I do see myself substituting a card here, which is Black Panther, the character, for a chase figure, the Reed Richards Fixer of the Universe chase. Same exact point cost as Black Panther, but, with that trait. And so Reed Richards, Fixer of the Universe, has this trait, which is, activated by activating this free action, which is uncovering the real source of Doom's power. Free. If Reed Richards, Fixer of Universes, occupies an opponent's starting area, generate a Molecule Man bystander. And then he goes on to use that other ability, which is convincing Owen to unwrite Victor's twisted reality, free, and -1 plot point. If Reed Richards' Fixer of Universes is adjacent to that Molecule Man bystander, roll a d6. Deal that much unavoidable damage to the lowest point character on an opponent's force. You choose if there's a tie. So it's a cheesy way to deal some damage there. If we can get, Reed Richards to the starting area, to the opponent's starting area, which I think may be somewhat of a viable strategy, considering that if we pair him with Silver Surfer, who himself poses a great threat on the map, may be able to draw some line of fire, may be able to draw some fire away from Reed Richards' Fixers of Universes so he can make it there safely, and spawn that token, start dealing that damage on top of Surfer, just trying to, keep the pressure on them. And Black Panther is there to kind of follow him around and try to get that leadership on this version. In this version. And even in the other version, if I were to get that Reed Richards Fixer of Universes, since he doesn't fly, he could still get carried and try to remove that token, to try to make Silver Surfer a little more aggressive in the beginning of the game to draw some fire away from him. But we'll see. Like I said, if this team continues to do well, makes it to the final round, I may consider actually going through, buying that chase. And for now, we'll stick to this team the way it is. And I'll take a look at the team once we get started. So here we go. This match here featuring this X-Men team. Well, not featuring. This is featuring the Fantastic Four. I'll go over the map right now when we switch teams. For now, let's look at the X-Men team. We've got several characters. Duh. But starting with Karima. There she is. So, strategy to this team is Karima here is kind of the linchpin. I hope that's the right term. In that, of course, she can see through elevated terrain and hindering terrain and characters, right? She ignores all that with line of fire. Has a 7 range. Trinary here, who, by the way, that's why Amazo is here. Trinary has a trait. Please don't blow her up. When establishing theme teams, you may choose a friendly character with the robot keyword of 50 points or less. That character doesn't count against theme teams. So that's her trait. Amazo here not counting against theme teams. Amazo here using his team up card with the Flash. Flash, as long as he's on my sideline, which he is, Amazo can use hypersonic speed and super senses. That's, of course, on top of being able to choose 2 powers. He's at his 40-point level. At the beginning of your turn, you may choose a character within 4 squares in line of fire, and up to 2 standard powers that character can use. So he's going to be copying, more than likely, Domino. Because Domino here has stealth. She can use energy explosion, incapacitates, or penetrating psychic blast. Because of that trait, she has plant-based Krakoan arm cannon. And Shard here, she's gonna be our support, either for X-Men heals because she does have regen. As you can see, towards the end of her dial, so she's not a bad candidate for that. And she can heal herself too, possibly with the trait Holographic Sentience and Photonic Absorption. Energy Shield Deflection when Shard is targeted by a range attack. After resolutions, choose 1. Heal 1 click, or she can use Range Combat Expert until the end of your next turn. Hey, let's use Range Combat Expert because it's overpowered, according to WizKids. And last but not least, Beast. Stealth. We needed a close combat person and someone with leadership. This was Beast. We had 50 points left. We'll see. Let's get things started. Oh, and this map, and I'm going to explain it right now. Like I said, when we hover over and give you an aerial view of the map, that this is a map from also the AVX is the other side of the map that we used on the previous round, previous game. Surface of the Moon Outdoor. There's a special rule on here that says all characters can use improved movement, ignores elevated terrain. And all of this is elevated terrain. So instead of doing that, this is still all going to count as elevated terrain, except every entrance or every side is going to be a ladder, so it's easy to climb up and down, but that way they don't have improved movement. We're not trying to play with extra abilities outside of what the teams possess right now. We start adding that stuff once we start looking at what kind of maps we'll be able to play on. For now, let's keep things simple. Let's get this team moving. Let's do the deployment roll. 4 and a 1. That is frontline finesse. So while we're playing this game, I'm going to try my best to also, talk strategy. And one thing that I feel sometimes can get overlooked is placement in the starting area. Reason being that why this is so important is we want to try to save on actions on the first turn, especially because, you know, the opponents have first turn immunity. So we really don't want to, you know, spend as many actions as we can just to set up some defenses or set up a counterattack or anything like that. So you want to minimize the number of moves you take. In this case, for example, I have 2 flyers, Karima and Amazo, both of which can fly. And I am going to carry my characters with range, as opposed to, well, you know, Shard has range, but because Trinary and Domino don't have Indomitable, and they both have range, I think it makes more sense to carry them because, you know, that means that you can position yourself to kind of build like this area where you know that once the opponent starts getting towards that area, kind of like a danger zone. And because of the fact that you carried them this turn, I'm going to carry them this turn. So next turn they won't have a token, and that's awesome because they don't have Indomitable. And so they can take their actions. And, you know, with the 6 range, you'll have even further reach down the map. So, placement in the beginning is very important. To make sure you keep that in mind and strategize with that too. Karima here can move 10 squares. -1 will be a 9, of course. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Normally I would want to take the high ground with Karima or someone like her, considering that they're on elevated terrain. Or that's elevated terrain in front of them. However, Karima, I don't really need to get the high ground because she has improved targeting, ignores elevated terrain. Oh wait, you know what? I got frontline finesse. Let's take that back. Stop cheating, you. Amazo's 40 points. He's, besides Trinary, he's the lowest costed figure on here. 9 squares still. We know the plan. We know the plan, Karima. That is to hide behind elevated terrain. So this is actually a really good map for this team. I don't know how the Fantastic Four is going to cope with this, but this is also a trial for this X-Men team as well. This is one of the team's concepts that made it out of the Gauntlet for House of X. And it's still a work in progress, but I'm getting there, slowly but surely. And Karima here, wait, no, it's not her turn, it's Shard's turn. She's got phasing teleport, enhancement, blah, 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 blah stuff. And super senses, huh? Okay. Okay, I kind of don't want to leave Domino out as bait because she has combat reflexes, which is not good. So Shard here is going to have to be our bait. That's fine. I'm willing to lose Shard. Like I said, Shard is I think she's a really good support piece. Wait, what am I doing? I still have to move Shard first. So yeah, like I was saying, I think Shard is an excellent support piece. She has enhancement to start with, the shield team ability, the police team ability, you know, to help with the range attacks on her allies, her friendlies. And now it's Beast's turn. Let's see, 1, 2. Oh, sorry, this is the wrong token. And I can move 4 characters, so that's going to be perfect. Beast. I want to place him here because I do want him to be a little closer to the action. So that's, 1 square closer that way. Because he has 0 range. And I also want him to be adjacent to a couple of characters. I was hoping for all 3, but the way they're positioned, it's not possible. Right there. Because this is elevated terrain. And so that way he can potentially, if I get that leadership role, can remove a token off. Preferably Karima. She's our main attacker. So this is the strategy with this team. This is actually a really good map, like I mentioned. And a really good way to explain this team, because this is right here is elevated terrain. Karima ignores elevated terrain. She doesn't care. She does what she wants. Has that improved targeting, ignores elevated. So she doesn't need to see them because she doesn't care about that elevated terrain. Shard here, if she can see the target as well, will help Karima hit because she has the PD team ability, which will give that character -1 to his defense. So they're working together here, right? Beast, like I mentioned, may try to take a token off her so she can keep attacking past this elevated terrain, which of course, if they can't draw line of fire through elevated, so she's well protected there. Mazo here can choose I'm sorry, let's go with Trinary first. Trinary, remember she has that special power on her damage which says Outwit. When Trinary uses it, it's a little blurry, but I'll read the card to you. When she uses it, she may count range and draw lines of fire from a friendly character with the robot keyword. So Karima has a robot keyword, meaning that she can draw lines of fire through Karima, who ignores practically every kind of terrain here. And, you know, again, another piece working with the linchpin here. Domino, of course, for probability control. So to make sure Karima hits. Mazo will honestly, you know, most of the times I'll probably want to pick Shard to copy because enhancement. So she'll have 4-5 damage with 11 attack, which is good with probability control. And you know, once she hits, if she hits, hit targets can't use stop this turn, and you may choose a standard attack power. She can use that power until she chooses again. So now we've opened up options to Energy Explosion because she has 2 targets. Penetrating Psychic Blast to get past any damage reducers. You know, so it's just working together. If things get rough, Amazo, Shard, and Beast will be used as the characters who will hold the line. Domino, probably too, you know, because she can find a good hiding spot because she does have stealth and combat reflexes. So if she can find a good hiding spot, she'll hold the line as well. We gotta keep these 2 safe. Trinary not so much, but Karima definitely. Okay. Let's move on to the Fantastic Four team. Let's do the deployment roll right now. 5 and a 1. Let me mark that. Oh, and get their theme team probs ready here. 3 apiece. There they are. Trust me, you don't see them, but they're there. Let's get an aerial view as we reposition here. So elevated. Some blocking, elevated. More elevated, elevated, hindering, some blocking back here behind them. Elevated, hindering, blocking. So it's a decent mix. There's more elevated than anything. Which, like I mentioned, it's a really good map for Karima. Okay, so there's the Fantastic Four team. Silver Surfer, Invisible Woman. And, well, while we're here... this was the alternate team because Invisible Woman has that form, the new Fantastic Four trait, which says at the beginning of the game you may replace up to 4 friendly characters with the same number of characters from your sideline under starting clicks. All replacement and replaced characters must have the Fantastic Four keyword and different names. The total points of the replacement characters can't exceed the total points of the replaced characters. So you know, swap them out as long as they're equal or less points. You're good with the Fantastic Four keyword. And I had this team here: Wolverine, Silk, Ghost Rider, and Invisible Woman from the Cosmic Clash starter set, and the rest of the 3 are from the main set. Silk here being the super rare, Ghost Rider being an uncommon, and Wolverine being a common. So a good mix of characters here. This team was going to rely on if they didn't have a stealth busting team. So if I go up against a range heavy team that doesn't have any stealth, this is the team right here to call. I'm sorry, not stealth. It's stealth busting powers. because they all have stealth except for Invisible Woman, but she can choose that trait where she can hide herself unless they're within 3 squares of her. But since they're not seeing light of day thanks to Karima, we'll stick to Silver Surfer. Oh, we gotta generate that Dawn Greenwood token, by the way. Trusty Wonder Woman will be our Dawn Greenwood. Let's see. What does that Dawn Greenwood token do? A bystander. Power. If Dawn Greenwood is within 4 squares of an opposing character, place Silver Surfer adjacent. Okay, so it's kind of like she calls him over. When Dawn Greenwood is killed by an opponent's attack, modify Silver Surfer's combat values +1 for the rest of the game. So the X-Men do not want to KO her. So this could be a good tactic to use when you have a bystander that you don't want. Obviously, your opponent doesn't want to kill or KO. Someone like Karima, you know, that kind of doesn't make me want to pick Energy Explosion with her because I don't want this token to die. And so that opens up just a whole new level of strategy right there with that one bystander. And then special damage power that says enhancement perplex. What? But only to target a character named Silver Surfer. And yeah, this is the Silver Surfer that from the one match that I didn't record. It's the same one. I just forgot how good Dawn Greenwood was with her perplex and enhancement. The only one that can fly or carry is Silver Surfer, which is why I thought it was crucial that I have someone with leadership, and why Black Panther may eventually, like I said, if this team continues to work out, and I want to see how that Reed Richards Fixer of the Universes works out in this team, that's totally going to be something that's an option if this team continues to be successful. Or, well, yeah. Let's make sure they're on their starting clicks, shall we? Except for her, she's just a stand-in. Let's see, speed of 12. In this case, this team has very low range values. So, what I want to do is move the characters. Let me see. We're going to get 4 actions. Yes, move. We're going to be able to move everyone. That's 1 because he's going to carry someone. 2, 3, 4. I don't care if she takes pushing damage. I do care if Black Panther takes pushing damage, so I'm going to carry him with Silver Surfer. 1, 2. Well, let's look at what Silver Surfer can do first. Hypersonic speed. When Silver Surfer uses it, after resolutions, you may choose a character he hit or moved through. The chosen character gains immobile until your next turn, which won't really matter because, I mean, Karima can still hit through anything. So even if I were to, use telekinesis with Invisible Woman, use Silver Surfer's hypersonic speed to try to get in that first attack, Domino there will get a probability control battle against him. Won't be able to carry Black Panther because you can't carry when you're using hypersonic speed. It leaves your team behind. You're kind of putting all your eggs in one basket. However, he does have free choose a standard attack power an opposing character within 8 squares can use, and he can use that power until your next turn. So let's try to get within 8 squares of... Let's see, who has a good power that we can take? So we have to get within 8 squares of Domino to try to take that power and use that against Karima, because Karima, well, you know what? I can't use that with hypersonic speed. So that's kind of pointless. I mean, it's not pointless because, he can stay still and still use it. I don't want to do that, though. That's crazy. Well, you know what? But precision strike? No, that won't help. Okay, well. For now, let's just try to stay out of Karima's 7 range. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So anywhere past this row. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So she can't see through blocking terrain. So let's Let's use that to our advantage then. We're going to carry Black Panther here. Well, wait. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. No. Let's back up Black Panther. There we go. Silver Surfer gets that token. Since they rode Frontline Firepower, they have to move Silver Surfer first. Then Invisible Woman because she's 50 points. She too has Stealth, which, again, it doesn't matter against Karima. So they are very exposed. So that's 3 actions, but because we have leadership, we can still move Don Greenwood. This Don Greenwood can move 6 squares and has sidestep. And she'll sidestep right there. Has enough movement thanks to that sidestep. Let's go on to the X-Men's turn. Four and 3. Frontline Finesse. The smaller point characters have to take their non-free actions first. That means Trinary here. She does have sidestep. However, even with that, the only one that she would probably be able to attack would be Don Greenwood, and we do not want to attack Don Greenwood. Amazo here at the beginning of the turn can choose a character within 4 squares and line of fire, and up to 2 standard powers that character can use. Amazo can use the chosen powers and has the printed range value of the chosen character until he chooses again. So they have to be within line of fire, which sucks because I was hoping to get PC and something from Domino, but Trinary there is in my way. That's fine. I'll take Running Shot from Karima and her Invulnerability too. I remember that. Oh wait, you know what? He has hypersonic speed. Well, you know, I don't want him. He doesn't have a range though, so I still need to take some powers from her. So Invulnerability for sure, for some defense. And using Running Shot will allow him to stay at a 7 range. But with hypersonic speed, he can probably try to get the jump on Black Panther there. So yeah, I'm going to go with Invulnerability and Precision Strike. Why not? I guess, since he can pick 2 powers. Oh, you know what? No, Energy Shield Deflection. She has that as a trait. So there you go. So he's a defensive little beast right now. For 40 points, he has Super Senses, Energy Shield Deflection, Invulnerability. So he chose 2 defensive powers. He already has one because of his team up card. Amazo here. Oh, let's make sure he's on his correct starting line as well. In his 40-point starting line, he only has 3 clicks, so we have to be a little careful about what we're doing with him. Because remember that he's also a robot, of course. That's how he's in the X-Men team, thanks to Trinary. So that means that Trinary can also use him to draw lines of fire with her Outwit power. Let's roll for leadership. That's a 2. In case you didn't see. And yeah, okay, well let's Let's get things started here then. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So Karima, don't want her to leave the safety of the elevated terrain. So we're going to start jabbing at some of these characters, some of these figures. Well, you know what? She ignores elevated terrain in general, right? So, she could still running shot, and since this is still elevated terrain, they won't be able to draw lines of fire to her. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So she can totally do that. The thing is, she since they got frontline finesse, she has to go last, being the highest point character on this team. So we got to make sure we ration our actions here. We got 4 actions. Domino is going to be 1. She's got range with some cool powers. Amazo might be another one. He's got Indomitable. Shard. I may just reposition her to give Karima that +1 damage and keep her safe as well. So that would be 1, 2, 3, 4. The only one who wouldn't move would be Trinary, which is fine. Because she has sidestep, so she'll make her way up to the elevated terrain. Maybe make an attack the following turn. So that's the turn. Now let's figure out the turn order. So it has to be Amazo first. Being a 40-point character. If I try to make a move on Black Panther, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He has a straight shot. He'll need to roll a 9. But he can come right back to where he was. Which is fine. Let's do that. Oh, you know, he can only move 9 squares. You know, I could just use him as bait. Amazo here. He's only 40 points. And, you know, he's got some tough defenses to crack. Yeah, they've got Energy Shield if they want to range attack him. Super Senses. And Invulnerability in case that does get through. So, yeah, let's do that. Let's do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Make an attack. 6, 7, 8. And we'll park him on top of an object 2 to give him a +1 on range attacks. So I'm going to make the attack roll with Amazo. That's a fail, a huge fail. Let's park him up here now. He has Indomitable. So he's done for the turn. Next is Shard. Let's just reposition her. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. She is 1 shy. Now she won't... Shard here will not be able to grant the PD team ability bonus to Karima because Karima cannot... because Shard cannot ignore elevated terrain on line of fire, while Karima can. Shard needs to be able to see the target too, is what I'm trying to say. So that's 2. You know, on second thought, I don't think I want to use Domino either. Because what this will do is, you know, if I put Domino here, she doesn't have stealth. Or she does, but there's no hindering terrain here. And that means that I need to hide her. There's an object here, but the thing has super strength, so he can easily lift that. And he can reach. He's within charge range if I put her there. She does have 17 combat reflexes with probability control, but I don't want to put her in danger right now. Not right now. I think it's too soon. I think Amazo and maybe Shard are more expendable, while Domino here, being a secondary attacker to Karima, just kind of has to hang back this turn. Maybe even place her back here with some hindering terrain, where she's slightly out of range for close attacks. Or I could just leave her there. I mean, she's relatively safe. The only one who can potentially even come remotely close to hitting her would be Silver Surfer, and he has to use hypersonic speed. Use up a lot of movement to hit her. But you know, just to be safe, let's put her in hindering terrain to protect her. That's 3 actions, and this is the 4th action. Karima running shot, getting that enhancement bonus. And now see, Amazo has line of fire to shard, so that way next turn he can probably pick enhancement too. Hoping that I forgot I can't get a leadership when she's on elevated. Okay, well that's fine. We'll worry about that later. But that's intentionally the goal, that these two are supposed to be together or have line of fire, so Amazo can, you know, so Karima here can get that double enhancement bonus and then get those tokens removed by Beast. For now, let's just make a running shot attack with Karima. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. She'll target Silver Surfer. He has an 18 defense. Oh, you know what? No, this is blocking terrain. I can't do that. Can't do that at all. Oh, I can attack Black Panther though. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yes, I can. Even if Black Panther was in that hindering terrain, Karima ignores hindering terrain for line of fire. So here we go. 11 attack to 19 defense because it has been perplexed. Karima has precision strike, which doesn't matter, I guess. Let's make the roll. 10. That's a hit. She hits for 3. He only has combat reflexes, so he has to take the 3. 1, 2, 3. He now just has leap, climb, blades, claws, fangs, toughness, and outwit. He lost leadership. Solid hit from Karima, showing what the strategy of this X-Men team can do. And by the way, you know, I remember I said this in the last video, you know, that you don't need super rares and chases, blah, blah, blah. You know, there's not a single super rare on the table right now. Well, Wonder Woman, remember, is a bystander. She's not really there. Common, rare, and common. Wow, I just realized that. You know, you just got to find the clicks that work together well. That's all you got to do. If you know, you're not set out on going out and playing, you know, I'm going to go and play this specific team, then you got to find the best figures for that team. But if you're just looking for good combinations for theme teams, you know, you got to just find them. You got to play these figures and figure out how they work and how they work together and how you can get them to work together. So let's roll initiative. I'm sorry, not initiative. Let's roll for deployment roll. That's 3 and a 1. For the Fantastic Four, 3 means conservative tactics. So, only characters without action tokens can take actions, and that's Black Panther. And because he lost his leadership, I can't try to roll a token off of someone. Brutal. Just brutal. Denying Surfer taking a turn after taking 3 damage on Black Panther. And I mean, luckily the X-Men team there it's mostly tokened up. Black Panther has to move. I mean, they have to try to make an attack next turn besides just with Silver Surfer. Because if I don't move Black Panther now, the only one who will probably be able to make an attack next turn is Silver Surfer. So let's move Black Panther. Try to get 2 attacks with him the following turn. Don Greenwood will perplex his defense up again. Let's try to hopefully keep him alive. He'll put himself in harm's way for the team. He's got outwit, which, you know, everyone here has 2 action tokens, so it doesn't. I don't see a power like that they can benefit off of outwitting. But Just to remember to use that power, I'll outwit Shard's enhancement, I suppose. And I can't take actions with them because they have action tokens. Oh, you know what? I can sidestep with Don Greenwood. I can. So let's do that. Yes. Remember, I don't care if she gets KO'd. I actually prefer if she would get KO'd because that means that the Surfer would get +1 to his stats. Is it every stat? Oh yeah, combat value. So even his range. Crazy. He already has an 8 range. Let's get the deployment roll for the X-Men. 6 and a 1. That means this X-Men team has unrestricted operations. Beast cannot help anyone. Oh, I forgot to take the token off him with his leadership being where he is. So Beast here. Maybe... well, you know what? We also got Trinary. But again, the only one who Trinary can probably attack is... Oh no, she can move this way. Oh yeah. Sidestep. Oh, but do I want her exposed like that? Oh, hey, you know what? I forgot to use Outwit with Trinary. I'm sorry, with Karima. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, that's the whole point of this strategy. Trinary gives Karima her Outwit. Karima can see through hindering terrain. Outwits Black Panther's Outwit, which, I mean, like I said, the Outwit was useless anyway, so... But anyways, Karima here, if she moves here, she does have energy shield, but she'll be in danger of the thing. So it may not be worth moving her. And Beast here cannot make an attack because this is just elevated terrain. There's no space and he doesn't have leap climb or anything that lets him attack at different elevations. Terrible. 2 terrible turns. I guess we'll just use this turn to position Beast. Yeah, let's put him here. Kind of don't feel like wasting an action, but I think I have to. 1, 2. Definitely don't want to attack Don Greenwood, but I will if I have to. Beast is in no man's land here. I'm going to just react to the thing, since he's probably going to be the biggest threat coming at us. And we can't do anything about Black Panther. Well, actually, you know what? We can. Let's just do this. Sidestep. Trinary is going to incapacitate Black Panther, who has a 17 defense. Here we go. That's a 2. That's a critical miss. Okay, we got Beast here. Let's put Beast in this. I'm blocking line of fire to Domino here. Terrible. 8. Okay. Incapacitate. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And Don Greenwood cannot draw a line of fire to him. Oh, you know what? He had a defense perplex of 1, so I needed a... Oh, I needed a 7 and I rolled an 8. So yeah, that still hits. Domino's back here, by the way. Just slightly out of the frame. She's there, trust me. She's going to clear, so is Karima. Let's give her the token, action token for the turn. Gonna use that Outwit. She has... Oh wait, did I even call a power with Karima? I didn't, right? I didn't. Oh yeah, Pulse Wave, duh. Let's give her Pulse Wave. Why not? Penetrating Psychic Blast doesn't work on Invincible, which is what Silver Surfer has. Pulse Wave, however, will most definitely work against that. And so that's Karima's action. And she will use Outwit. She's got a 6 range, but Karima here has a 7 range, so if she uses it through her, it may go a long way. But no, you know what? Let's Outwit Black Panther's Outwit. Let's just not have to worry about that Outwit being used against us. So we'll do that. And they cleared. Oh, you know what? Mazo here. Yeah, he'll still pick in vulnerability and energy shield. And he's gonna keep picking those powers until I say otherwise, because I want him to stay alive this turn. So he needs more defensive powers. Let's get the deployment roll for the other team. Here we go. Fantastic Four gets unrestricted operations now. Black Panther is up there, no man's land. I think I have to be aggressive with the Fantastic Four this turn. Silver Surfer can potentially get up there and get around here and attack Karima. That'll be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, he is also within 8 squares of everyone but Domino. But you know, like I mentioned, that really none of these powers are compatible with hypersonic speed. Oh, okay. I think I understand how Don Greenwood is supposed to work. I mean, on top of being bait. Shame he can't choose Penetrating Psychic Blast. He can choose Pulse Wave. So yeah, I mean, we'll choose Pulse Wave, I suppose. Don Greenwood will sidestep. Gonna give her a... Well, do I need it right now? I don't actually. So she's just gonna sidestep. And now she does have line of fire to Silver Surfer from there. She's gonna use Perplex on Silver Surfer's attack to make it 13. Silver Surfer is going to use hypersonic speed. He can move 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And so that way, you know, he can move through Karima and make her immobile. Which I guess won't matter because she's going to be trying to take out Silver Surfer. And I don't want to keep Silver Surfer within Pulse Wave range. But then if I don't make her immobile... Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, and where would Don Greenwood? Here. Right, because she sidestepped out of there, the hindering terrain. She's still got 2 movement. She can get up to elevated terrain. There we go. Still has line of fire to the Surfer before he begins his movement to give him that perplex to his attack. Surfer will be on elevated terrain.
using hypersonic speed with a 13 attack. Using enhancement from Don Greenwood to also get +1 to his damage. Oh, you know, I'm just seeing that she couldn't have targeted Black Panther. Either way, they got around his defense anyway. That +1 didn't help him at all. And here we go. Here's the attack. 13 attack on a 20 defense. That's a miss. Not even close. That was a 3. There we go. He still had enough movement to move back 1 square and be out of Karima's pulse wave range. And even 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yes. And even had enough movement left to get to make her immobile, so she's not able to use her running shot, pulse wave. Invisible Woman is going to use telekinesis. Since this is elevated terrain, both the thing, well actually no, the thing doesn't have line of fire to that square, but he does have line of fire to this square, and so does Invisible Woman. Wait, she gets the token. Which brings the thing closer to the action. He's going to activate charge and move half his speed. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. To attack Trinary. This object is overkill, but whatever. 11 attack, 17 defense to Trinary's energy shield. Here we go. And it hits. You know what? Trinary's gonna die anyway. Doesn't have super senses or anything. Let's force that reroll. And the X-Men are down to 1 team prob. That's a miss. That's a miss. Some bad luck there for the Fantastic Four. This is the X-Men's deployment roll. 4 and a 2, frontline finesse, yet again. Beast is going to roll for leadership. Doesn't get it. Let's look at the characters here, non-free actions. We have to start with Amazo. And by the way, Amazo now will choose what do you know? He's within 4 squares of Silver Surfer. And has line of fire to him, as they're both on elevated terrain. So I'll choose Probability Control and Invincible. Amazo is going to make an attack. Let's just try to attack Black Panther. He needs an 8. Has a 3 damage. See, under a normal game, what I would have done is move Domino over here. That way she has line of fire to both Amazo and Karima. However, because I'm restricted to frontline finesse, Amazo here has to make the attack. And that's what I'm talking about. Like, I want to stress these teams out as much as possible. to get them prepared for the Mega Gauntlet, where I don't use the solo rules. Okay, so Amazo needs an 8. I could use Hypersonic Speed, Breakaway, but I mean, I don't want to attack the thing yet. Silver Surfer will only take 1 damage. Yeah, and you know, he's harder to hit. Let's just try to get rid of Black Panther here. Let's get our weakest character on him. That's a hit. Now they can use Theme Team probs, which Black Panther I think is gonna be forced to, because I don't want to put it on Silver Surfer. Well, you know what? Silver Surfer has probability control himself, so let's do that. Probability control on Silver Surfer. That's a miss. Amazo has probability control on himself. Oh, you know, did I push Trinary? I did not. There we go. Okay, still a miss, as he needed an 8. And it's not worth using a Theme Team prob over that. That's 1 action. That'll be 2, 3, and 4. Okay, so Shard is next. Ten attack, 18 defense. This time we got probability control on our side with Domino. That's a miss. Domino. Yeah, let's Theme prob that. I think right now that's the more important hit. That's a miss. Or not Theme prob, but just regular prob. So we're going to do something I didn't want to do with Domino, but I feel I have to now. They're in that spot where they need to get an attack off on him. Since Karima here, well, you know, she can ignore characters when she's drawing onto fire, right? Oh, but she can't make attacks, range attacks, while adjacent to them. They're just not blocked. Okay, well, anyways. Yeah, we gotta get rid of Black Panther. So Domino here is gonna have to get out of stealth, but that's okay because they're both tied up. And they're both melee characters, which she has combat reflexes to kind of fight them off. And she's kind of far from Silver Surfer over there. So, yeah, let's running shot. 3 and 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, and of course she's going to use Penetrating Psychic Blast as that free plant-based Krakoan arm cannon special power, and she misses. Both sides accomplishing a whole lot of nothing. And Karima is going to take the final shot here. 11 on 18, needs a 7. She hits. That's 2 damage. He cannot draw line of fire to her to use a Theme Team prob, so he has to take 2 damage, and he's out. Let's go to the fantastic. Oh, you know, Trinary has sidestep. She fails. Let's clear these 2. Fantastic 4. Deployment roll is frontline firepower. That means Silver Surfer has to move first. So he's going to try the same tactic. Karima here. Well, you know what? I could just pump it into damage and make a close attack, hypersonic speed attack. So, oh, but you know, we want that perplex boost too. The thing is, Karima has an energy shield as a trait. So with her 18 defense, that brings it up to 20. Even with his 12 attack, I need an 8. And now, yeah, I kind of have to send Don Greenwood to go tie them up, so... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So he'll have enough movement again to do the same thing, which is move through Karima to make her immobile because of his special power. Because he either has to hit them or move through them. So I don't want to bet everything on me hitting. So yeah, he'll do the same thing, which is he'll Don Greenwood will perplex his attack up by 1. He'll use her enhancement to make a range. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes, hypersonic speed attack. So here we go. That's a hit. Amazo has probability control for the turn, so he'll use that to make Silver Surfer reroll. He still hits. Karima, do I want to use a Theme Team Prob on her? No, that's fine. So she will take 4, 5, minus 2, 3 damage. 1, 2, 3. And then Surfer will move back 1. So he is out of the pulse wave range in case he wants to pulse wave. 1, 2, 3, 4. Don Greenwood here will sidestep and then take a regular move action to tie them up here. Oh, well, you know what? She's going last, but that's fine. That's what I'm going to do with her anyway. So next is Invisible Woman. I have to get her in line of fire to both Silver Surfer and hopefully Emperor and the Thing. So Surfer, I'll place him there after his movement, so that way Invisible Woman can draw a line of fire to him and to the Thing right next to her. So whoever gets hit the following turn, let's see, she can use Barrier as free, but only to generate markers in squares adjacent to friendly characters, a Fantastic Four keyword that were attacked since your last turn. So that's fine. You know, she has 2 tokens, so she's able to use that for free, which is most excellent. She does take a pushing damage. And let's see. She has Barrier, Super Senses, Barrier is free. Okay. There we go. And the Thing here is going to attack Trinary with his base 11 attack and 3 damage. That's a miss. He missed by 1. And I cannot Theme Team Prop that. And then Don Greenwood moves up here. Let's go to the X-Men's turn. Not looking good for the Fantastic Four. Ooh. They may get a lucky break here. What is that? 2-1. Aggressive tactics. Only characters with action tokens can take actions. Okay, so it's not that bad. Not that bad. Even though that's a terrible roll, they can still act how they like. I think this is the turn we gotta try to get Silver Surfer. Like, damage him. So, at the beginning of the turn, I have to choose with Amazo. Cannot see Shard. Silver Surfer is not within 4 squares. Well, you know, Don Greenwood can use Perplex. Do I have to choose a certain type of character? It just says choose a character within 4 squares and line of fire, but she is a bystander. I'm not going to look that up right now, so I won't bother. What I will do is since Karima can still use Pulse Wave because she can use that power until she chooses again, so she still has it. I will pick... Oh, she lost her invulnerability. She has toughness now. Okay, well, you still choose toughness, I suppose. And Pulse Wave, I guess. And now Shard. I'm going to use Shard to let's see. Oh. So since Karima is immobile, you know what? No, I don't want to use her this turn. What I'm going to try to do is not use Karima this turn. So the following turn, since Silver Surfer has to clear, she can use Running Shot Pulse Wave. So I'm not going to use her this turn. That means it's up to these doofuses to do something about their current situation. And do I really want to give Silver Surfer 19 defense right now? I may be forced to. I may be forced to. Which is terrible considering Karima has 10 attack. Yeah, let's get this attack on with... Oh, you know what? Yeah, let's do this with Amazo. The reason being, Shard has phasing teleport, so she can already just break away. Well, you know what? Amazo has super hypersonic speed too. But really, it's more about making sure Karima is free to use that Pulse Wave next turn. That's what we want to plan to do. And I don't want to have to, you know, risk that breakaway roll and it not landing. So yeah, let's get Amazo in on this. He's going to use hypersonic speed, breakaway. This is less of a risk considering he has hypersonic speed. He gets it. And 10 attack. Rolls a 15 total. Where's Don Greenwood's card? Oh, that's just enough. Just enough. And he still has 9 squares of movement. Let's get him here. You know what? No, let's put him there. He's not a bad character to get powers off of, and it'll keep him tied up. You know, well, at least force him to roll that hypersonic speed. And hey, you never know, he may get a 1. Okay. Shard will do nothing this turn. Well. Let's use Domino. She's going to choose Penetrating Psychic Blast. Binary's going to try to sidestep Breakaway. She gets it. Can't use her this turn, but slowly trying to position her. Keep her somewhat out of harm's way. Karima has... she's immobile for the turn, so she can't move. Shard can only try to incapacitate the thing. Probably not the best thing to do. Huh? You don't get it. Oh, this beast has been a disappointment this whole game. And Trinary will outwit the thing's charge. I'm not going to move anyone else. The reason is next turn I want to set up for a huge turn in which Karima here and Domino are going to try to work in tandem to try to knock the Silver Surfer down a couple of pegs, knock him off of that first click at least. We'll see what happens from there. And yeah, so, you know, I want them. Well, you know what? Shard, actually. I'm just looking at Shard, and I won't be able to use Pulse Wave with Shard's enhancement. So Shard, what is she going to do? Incapacitate someone? I'll leave her free anyway. As I doubt that Trinary here will get an attack in, so those would be the 4 characters to act next turn. Let's turn it back over to the Fantastic Four. 4 and a 2, Frontline Finesse, which, I mean, they all have tokens, so they can't really do anything. There's no free actions that the thing has that he can do. Oh, I thought that this thing was a defensive thing, not the offensive thing. May have missed that. That's fine. Invisible Woman is the defensive one with her trait. And Silver Surfer has that free action at the beginning of the turn. Oh no, free. Choose a standard attack power an opposing character within 8 squares can use. And I'll choose Pulse Wave because that's what Trinary can use. Or I'm sorry, Karima. Rolling back for the X-Men's deployment roll. Well, actually, wait, let's see. Invisible Woman, did anyone get hit besides Don Greenwood? No. Okay, so that did not help at all. 6 and a 4, so they have unrestricted operations. Okay, so this is what I was talking about. So they got a good roll for this to try to work out. What we want to do is we want to get Karima within 4 squares and line of fire of Silver Surfer and only Silver Surfer, so she can do that full blast Pulse Wave. So she only has 4 speed, 1, 2, 3, 4, which may not do. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh no. It could have worked if I hadn't placed a Mazo over there. Terrible. So what we'll do instead is, let's see, we can running shot, carry shard, and still try to do 2 damage instead of doing 4. Oh, and Amazo here will choose probability control and invincible. Yeah, the only other way that Karima can do that without drawing line of fire to Amazo is, well, I actually wouldn't mind a pulse wave here. 1, 2, 3, 4. It would be a 1 damage pulse wave to Silver Surfer and these 2 Fantastic Four team members. So let's do that. So she has to get here or here, but let's say here. I want Domino to be able to see her. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, that's well within range. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so she'll just make a move, take a move action. Karima still has Pulse Wave from that trait. Let's do running shot pulse wave. Domino will use probability control. And see, so Domino is well out of range of her pulse wave, so she can use it while the Silver Surfer cannot. That's a miss. And they have one final theme team prob that they're going to use on Trinary. That's why I didn't do anything with her. Oh! Oh! Critical hit. Devastating. That may have just brought the X-Men back into this. It looked for a while like Silver Surfer was just going to dominate, but that critical hit pulse wave. And they're not able to use probability control within the pulse wave's range. So they just took it. That was a lucky roll by Karima. So that's one action, two actions. This was a theme team prob. Beast here is finally gonna get in on the action. And Trinary will outwit Invisible Woman's Barrier, Super Senses, Special Power, her Protective Instinct Special Power. She has an 18 defense because she pushed. Let's try to get that charge in. Does he ignore characters? He does not. He does ignore Elevated. Well, you know, I want him to tie up the Thing and Invisible Woman. 2, 3, 4, 5. Nope. There's no way. He does ignore Elevated. 1, 2, 3. There you go. Ignoring that elevated terrain definitely helped. Has 3 actions. Oh, and he used charge, of course. And with his charge, he will attack Invisible Woman. That's why I outwitted her defense. That's a hit. He only needed a 7. Invisible Woman is going to use one of the theme team probs. Place a token on herself. She wants to try to survive. To continue being a nuisance to let the Silver Surfer do his thing. Oh. Yeah, I'm going to let her take this one because I want the Thing, now that they're down to 2 members. Well, you know what? She's not going to die. Oh, she has shape change too. Wow. Okay. Hey, she got it. Okay, so we'll just redirect those attacks to the Thing. Invisible Woman will still use the theme team prompt to try to save the Thing. And the Thing will not, because he has a stop click. Now he's going to consider using that. So that's 1 action, theme team prob, 2, 3 actions. And do they have leadership? Yes, Beast has leadership. Okay. She'll sidestep there to try to get hopefully her token removed next turn. And Shard will just try to... Yeah, well, let's try to knock out the Thing. He has Impervious, but she does 3 damage. So even if he fells his Impervious, and I only need a 6, so it's not a bad trade here. Not a bad trade. Oh, unless you roll a 5, that's terrible. That's really terrible. Okay, whatever. Whatever. Let's go back to the Fantastic Four. Let's clear a Mazoverse. There we go. Back to the Fantastic Four. Oh, and Karima kept Pulse Wave for obvious reasons.
6 and a 4. The Fantastic Four here. They're going up against X-Men here. The Thing has an 11 attack, 3 damage to the Beast's 18 defense. Here we go. That's a hit. Domino, let's use our theme team. Well, you know what? No, I was going to say let's use our prob, but I'm more worried about the Silver Surfer over there. So let's let Beast take that damage. And the Thing doesn't do any extra damage or anything, does it? Nope, just extra attack. Okay, so he takes 2. Right back into leadership, but this time with combat reflexes instead of toughness. And still has charge. He gets a token. Oh, it's the other token. And Silver Surfer here. Hey, he has Outwit. Which, by the way... Oh yeah, I did use it to outwit Invisible Woman's defensive power. So she can't use that free barrier stuff. And now Silver Surfer has hypersonic speed. But, you know, do I just... Amazo has super senses. He had chosen invincible and probability control. And so, you know, I can use hypersonic speed. I not have to worry about him and try to take Karima out. So I think I'll do that. Let's do that. He gets the breakaway roll. Now, since Amazo will more than likely lose line of fire to Silver Surfer, I'm going to use that theme team. I'm sorry, I'm going to use that probability control that he has right now. So to prevent Silver Surfer from even trying to make that attack. He still gets it. Oh, you know, I forgot. Silver Surfer has that choose any power within 8 squares. Standard attack power anyway. And yeah, I'll just continue to choose Pulse Wave, I suppose. Don't really need anything else right now. Doesn't matter, I can't use it with hypersonic speed regardless. Remember now that Silver Surfer has 12 attack. Is getting +1 and +1 speed, +1 everything. Let's make a close attack from Karima to negate her, or an offset, to negate her energy shield deflection. Here we go. This is also out of Domino's range. So Domino cannot probability control that. Here we go. That's a miss. Oh no, that's a hit. Yeah, forget, he has that +1. So I think that's it for Karima. Yeah, she's out. So he moved 1, 2. He can still move a lot. But he has Outwit, so I want to leave him somewhere to outwit. Let's take cover from Domino because she has penetrating Psychic Blast. I could just outwit that. He does have the range. Oh, even better. Now he's in hindering terrain. Once he stops his movement, he'll outwit that special power that lets her choose penetrating Psychic Blast, Energy Explosion, or 2 target Incapacitate. And Invisible Woman has Quake.
Or is this Pulse Wave? She's on click 4. Oh wow, she has Pulse Wave. 1, 2. I will get the thing. But you know, the thing has... He's on a stop click. Which is protected Pulse Wave. So yeah, she's gonna use it. I want to push her because she's on her 4th click. Next click she gets Pulse Wave 11 attack. I kind of want to pressure the X-Men into getting rid of her sooner rather than later. So let's use that Pulse Wave. 17 total. Domino has not used her probability control. She is out of the Pulse Wave radius area of effect. Oh, she still hits. Oh, you know, he has protected Pulse Wave. So Beast takes 1 and Karima takes 1. And Invisible Woman takes 1 pushing. She now has willpower with Pulse Wave, so yeah, the X-Men are definitely going to look into getting rid of her sooner rather than later. Deployment roll. Oh, for the X-Men. Oh, double 2s. That's reinforcing the opposing force, so that Fantastic Four gets some reinforcements here. Luckily for them, I have some to choose from. And you know, normally the rules are... it has to be 25% of the point build, which is only 75 points because this is a 300-point game. However, for the sake of fun, I rolled to see which character got brought in, and it was Silk. From the sideline, which was, you know, Ghost Rider, Wolverine, Invisible Woman, and Silk, the alternates. So Silk is in the starting area now, looking to do some damage. Not looking good for the X-Men. Both X-Men teams seem to have not done so well. Maybe I need to redo their gauntlet, as the Fantastic Four are just slowly picking apart both teams. And as a 2, they have aggressive tactics, which luckily everyone has an action token. But unluckily it means that I have to push it. One of the things I've been forgetting to do in the previous videos is that I forget that if they do get conservative tactics or aggressive tactics, that they still have to use as many actions as possible. So I can't hold back actions, non-free actions anyway. So I do have to force them to do non-free actions. So let's start with Domino. Let's see, Domino. Oh, well, you know what? Amazo has that power. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, out of range from everyone. Okay. He still has hypersonic, but he can't use anything. He can't take an action this turn, actually, because they only have aggressive tactics. Oh, well. Let's get rid of the Thing and Invisible Woman right now, I suppose. You know, if we do that... Oh, no, they just got a reinforcement. Man, I was gonna try to bank on, you know, bringing them down to 50%, which then means they have to start taking a route check and possibly retreat, even though they're not completely defeated. However, oh no, it's if the point total is less than 50%, which is 149 points or less, which is not possible. So they can either knock out Silver Surfer and an extra character, or knock all 3 of them out. But like I mentioned, Invisible Woman becoming a problem. And the Thing, yeah, let's just attack the Thing first. Here we go. Shard has 10 attack. She only needs a 6. Here we go. She rolled another 5. Beast. I was hoping to save his perplex on. Yeah, he's gonna save it anyway. Let's perplex up Domino's damage. Domino still has probability control, so let's do 1, 2, 3. 1. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So she does have line of fire to Silver Surfer. From there, I had perplexed her damage up by +1. With Beast, she has an 11 attack. 19, 20. She'll still need a 9 to try to hit. And if she hits, Silver Surfer still has Impervious and may be able to prevent the 2 damage that he may take. So she hits. Either I use a Theme Team prob with Silver Surfer. But is that something I want to be combating? You know what I mean? Like, because now if I put the token on him, because he doesn't have PC anymore, now he has 2 tokens, and in reality, you know, I can't afford to not attack a following turn. Well, let's see. If he takes 2 damage, where will he end up? Oh, not... Well, invulnerability with 17 defense, shape change. It's not bad. I think that hypersonic speed, keeping that hypersonic speed will be useful. So, yeah, let's risk it. Let's see if this comes back to hurt. Oh, so he takes 2. He did lose that outwit. Domino pushes. That's okay though, because he has a power cosmic, so he cannot be outwitted. Beast is going to push to attack the thing. Needs a 6 for... Oh wow, that's a miss. The X-Men not getting some terrible rolls here. And since I have to use Trinary, she's gonna try to... She's gonna push herself to death to knock out Invisible Woman, but whatever. 10 attack, 17 defense. Oh, and she has shape change. Great. Okay. Sometimes the solo rules just kind of screw everything up. But that's okay. That's okay. You want to see what these teams are made of. Back to the Fantastic Four's turn. I'm going to re-roll that. There we go, because the other one fell off. Don't know where it is. There it is. Oh, well, you know what? Yeah. It's a terrible roll, but conservative tactics. Oh, well, you know what? We got Silk in. Let's do something with Silk. Does she ignore elevated terrain? Silk here. Yes, she does. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, 1 shy from making an attack on a Mazo. So she's just going to take a move action to get stealth. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Nope. She'll move there. So she'll take that move action. And with the 4 shield Beast Hunters, when she's given a move action after resolutions, remove an action token from her and she can use stealth. So she has stealth and does not have an action token. And now because of conservative tactics, I can't use
anyone else. And Silver Surfer will choose Penetrating Psychic Blast. Sure. Why not? So some bad luck back and forth here. I think the X-Men got hit harder when that reinforcement came in, because it looks like they were dwindling down Silver Surfer here. The X-Men get unrestricted operations, which I guess doesn't matter because everyone but Amazo has 2 tokens. So Amazo does not have line of fire to Silk or Silver Surfer, so he can't choose anything, but he still does have hypersonic speed and super senses. So let's use that hypersonic speed and try to make an attack on Silver Surfer. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And now making that attack. Well, you know what? I want to get that theme team. I'm sorry, I want to get that prop from Domino, even though I risk a theme team from our opponents. So he has 10 attack. Surfer's defense is 17 plus 1 is 18. Oh, and he has shape change. Oh, wow. And I forgot, Invisible Woman has Pulse Wave. Wow. Okay. Yeah, let's make a range attack on Invisible Woman instead. She's got shape change. Oh, and she gets it. Oh, so she's gonna live to make that pulse wave attack. And now shape change on Silver Surfer. Oh, and he gets that too. And he can't draw line of fire to Silk because she is. Well, here's a question. I wasn't able to target either of them, but he still has movement left. Well, no, then. I guess the second part was then move to your speed value would kick in. Not a good turn for the X-Men at all. Let's protect Domino here. I think she may be our final shot at having an actual chance at winning. Beast is going to continue to play tie-up. Oh, you know what? Oh, wow. Can't protect against a pulse wave. He has hypersonic speed. So let's just, let's do this. Out of range of the pulse wave in the very least. Amazo will get a token. The rest of these will clear. Here comes a Fantastic Four's turn. Frontline firepower. So let's get Silver Surfer moving. Hypersonic speed, 11 attack. Gonna make an attack on Domino. There we go. Domino will use probability control. He still gets it thanks to that +1 bonus from Dawn Greenwood. That's twice she's come into handy here. Oh, and he's going to hit for 3. Let's get him over here. Invisible Woman. Oh no, you know who's next? Silk is next. She's got charge. 1, 2, 3. I don't want her to get in that pulse wave radius, so let's get rid of the small fry here. That's a miss. That's a miss. Invisible Woman with her pulse wave next. That hits. And it hits.
Doesn't quite reach a Mazo. So that was frontline firepower. They don't have 4 actions because they don't have leadership. So the thing here gets left out of the fun. That's fine. Next, the X-Men. Double 4s. They rally. Not the greatest outcome, but any little boost helps. Right now, I think 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes, they have 4 members still. Amazo has hypersonic speed, super senses, and will copy. Close combat expert from Domino and her sidestep, I guess. So let's use that close combat expert. Well, let's see. Yeah, we got frontline finesse, so he has to go first. Let's pump it into attack. 12 attack to her 18 defense. And she has that super senses. I can't be outwitted. Oh, he missed by 1. No prob. Left on the team. Or as a team. 50 points, or 45 points means that Shard is next. Shard, for the 3rd time, is going to try to take the thing out. Let's see if she can finally do it. She cannot. For the 3rd time in a row, she rolls 5. Beast will try to take out the thing. +1 to his damage and +1 to his attack. Close combat expert, and he gets a critical miss. I'm calling it here for the X-Men, everyone. That's all she wrote. That's all she wrote. They got Domino, but they're not gonna win. They're not gonna win. Thanks for watching. So what went wrong with the X-Men? One of the things that I started thinking about as to, you know, both X-Men teams have lost, and there haven't been wipeouts or, you know, losses by huge margins. As you saw, this team was scraping along, as was the other team, trying to cobble together stuff. Is that the gauntlet that I did for the X-Men, actually, I did a short gauntlet, because usually I wait till I get all the at least the commons through the rares, because you can usually find those pretty cheap. And you know, even if you're a beginner collector, collecting those commons through rares are probably one of the easiest things that you could do, especially if you have a lot of Heroclix players in your area. I know I would always like to give away a lot of my spares to newer players. Anyways, you know, commons through rares is usually I try to have the complete set, if not maybe missing a couple of pieces here and there, and the primes, give or take whatever I can find. But with the X-Men, when I made the gauntlet, I only built off of what I got off of that brick that I did in my unboxing. And so it's very possible that, you know, that I did rob them of a lot of the potential power that was within the set. I think I may redo the gauntlet for the X-Men, as I'm pretty sure now I do have most of the commons through rares where I can redo it. I have enough characters from when I did that short gauntlet with them it may make an impact on the X-Men. So look out for that. After the Fantastic Four, I may do one for the X-Men. More than likely I will, to be honest. Let's go on to the featured team, which is the Fantastic Four. I've got Silver Surfer here. Again, you know, even though he did eventually succumb to Dr. Fantastic, this Silver Surfer was, even though he did fall to Dr. Fantastic, this Silver Surfer put up a really good fight. Didn't go down easy. And
Well, you saw him in action, right? That was coupled with that Dawn Greenwood just slowly making her way across the map, tying characters up. And it was either, I had to decide what was I going to do, get rid of her or have her harass me and use that, force me to use breakaway running shots and things like that. And all the other characters did fine. I did feel a little underpowered. Maybe I do want to make this a little more aggressive, seeing as how, I put Invisible Woman in here thinking that she could, we're going to play some defense, but I don't think you can afford to play defense in a team like this with a 10-pole like Silver Surfer. So I don't know. I may look for different support pieces. So we'll see. I'll go through the list of options again with this team and see if there isn't anything better. But for now, at least they won. They cobbled together a win, and it showed me that it does have potential. And even though this is the last team, actually, I don't know if I mentioned that this is the last team for round 2. I have to play each team at least twice. And the next round, I may actually just start pitting them against each other, have them play against each other, seeing what results we can get from that, and if maybe we need to make some drastic team changes or anything like that. Just wanted to point out that stipulation to play each team twice, it's at least twice. So there may be a time where I'm playing these teams 3 or 4 times before I narrow it down to 1 or 2 teams. That's what I'm trying to do. That's the ultimate goal. Get to 1 or maybe 2 teams if I can cobble together what I feel 2 competitive teams for this keyword. Don't forget to stay tuned and like and subscribe. That way you're notified when the next episode of the Gauntlet goes live. As always, thank you so much for watching.